Hello and welcome to Caravan Escapades. Hope everybody's keeping safe and well. And welcome to the next and I believe final stage of our French Adventure 2025 as we start heading north and making our way home. We've been travelling actually for nearly about 5 hours now since we left Esterel. And as much as I say how great driving in France is, how much easier it is, it's not been one of those days today. I think really because it is a very busy weekend. It's bank holiday weekend. There are lots and lots of people on the road, and I think we've done about 180 miles in those 5 hours. Been a lot of stop and starting, a lot of slow moving traffic, but like I say, most of the time when we've been driving in France it's great, but it is one of those days. We're in no massive rush. That's a donkey. There's a donkey actually just over there. I don't know whether you can see it. There's a donkey just the other side of the air. But that was a donkey eoring. And we have had trouble getting to stop. We stopped at one of the bigger airs now, but we tried to stop at some of the smaller ones without any services, and they've just been absolutely full and rammed, I think because of so much traffic, and we've had to roll through. But we're here. The girls are in the van just making some sandwiches. We did pick up some baguette before we left the site, so sandwiches sorted. I'm going to have something to eat and then we're going to crack on. Oh, this is the one with the mad barrier. We have been here before.
That's what I thought.
This is the one where they don't speak very much English.
Shanty on the left.
It's with the father and son thingy.
Yeah, there's nowhere to eat either, is there?
There is a little restaurant, isn't there? So we've managed to cover about 220 miles. Traffic has been heavy today, I will admit, which has been unusual for us when we've been travelling in France. We're about 40 miles south of Lyon. So I got on the Axi app, did our normal thing. Did one campsite first and said no, we don't accept twin axles, we don't accept big caravans, but try camping Shanty. Let me bell anyway. So I found it on the Axi app, clicked it, called them up. Speak very little English, which is understandable, I guess. Between us, we agreed that they had got space tonight and they would accept us as a twin axle. So put it into the Axi app, get the directions, about 25 minutes away from where we were. But camping Shanty kept going through. I thought I recognise that name. Couldn't think for the life of me until we arrived. We have been before. It is one of those classic, quaint French campsites with a mix of kind of holiday homes, holiday cottages, whatever you want to call them. That's our pitch. We set up on our pitch, and down there, in fact, this is the infamous one when we were leaving. I think we were last year in 2022 when the barrier kept bashing down on the caravan as we were going up. But it's a family run one. It's father and son, as I remember, real characters. Even though we can't speak the same language, we've had a bit of a laugh checking in. I will put a link in the end to the vlog where this site was featured before. But yeah, we've been here before. Didn't travel as far, maybe quite as we wanted to today, but that's fine. We've still got plenty of time. I think we've still got probably about 500 miles, so if I split that between the two, that's 250 a day or thereabouts. But we're gonna chill for a little bit, go off and find somewhere to eat, or at least get some food, and then we'll take it from there. So we've just come down for a bit of a drive. We've come into the local town, to the campsite. I don't know whether you can see over there, there's obviously a big river. They are the river cruise ships just off in the distance there. And then the town over here. We're gonna have a wander around, see if we can find anything to eat. So we've come for a walk around Tournon on the banks of the River Rhône in the Ardèche region. It's a really nice, quaint, medieval French town. So we've wandered around for something to eat, and guess where we've ended up? We're in France and we're having a curry. So we found a really nice Indian restaurant So I've got a korma, some rice, garlic naan.
You've got lamb.
I'm sharing.
Lamb, sorry, I've got a lamb korma. Claire's got a chicken tikka.
But I'm sharing of it.
And Darcy May's going to share it with the rest of us. So we're going to dig into our curry. So if you are in this neck of the woods, I can highly recommend you having an Indian from here. Definitely very nice. Food's been very good. Really enjoyed it. So check these guys out if you are this way. Oh, and of course you want the name of the restaurant, I believe, and I think it is, it's called Darjeeling, just like the tea. So yeah, Darjeeling, check them out. So we thought while we're walking back to the car, we'll take a quick walk along the riverbanks of River Rhône. It's very picturesque. And just over here is one of those river cruise boats. They do look quite good actually, and it's something I probably quite fancy doing at some point. Give you a better view of the cruise boat, the river cruise boat. Certainly not like the big cruise liners that we've been on before, I've been on before, but yeah, I wouldn't mind giving one of these river cruises a go. Good morning. Well, we had another pleasant evening last night at Camping Shanty. Why don't I give you a kind of quick overview of the site. The sun's behind me, so we're trying to avoid that. Quick overview of the site. We did do one in 2022, but it'll give you an idea. As I mentioned before, it's a mix of chalets and touring pitches. Over here you have the main reception. There's the main entrance, washing facilities, your chemical toilet waste. There is a shower block or shower facilities in there, as well as further up the site. They have one of these safari tents here. Can't remember whether that was here last time. I guess that's for rental. There's the back end of the restaurant, the pizza restaurant. You have a pool, nice little pool. More chalets down this way, interspersed with touring pitches. Your petanque court. And if I remember rightly, I could be wrong, down the bottom here, although it looks a bit dried up now, there's a pond, I seem to remember, I could be wrong. Ducks and different things on here last year. Not sure what that is, some sort of plaything. Limited play equipment, but we're only here for one night anyway. And then the site does stretch quite a distance. It is electric hookup on the pitches. And then through this section is a mix of touring pitches and these chalet holiday homes. I think some of them actually are people's permanent residence. Now I'm not sure. Yeah, that is our pitch, so that is one big old pitch we have there, pitch 11. No water on the pitch, which is fine. We get the water down the bottom there, but it is electric. Again, pitches range in size. There's another pitch there. Another pitch here. A couple of touring pitches here. I actually think we're the only tourers on the site last night. That was the end of bank holiday weekend, so it could have been a little bit busier. Another big pitch there, look behind the facilities. Not sure whether Actually, looking at these pitches might not have electric. Oh no, yeah, no, you've got electric there, so these pitches do have electric as well. So yeah, you've got your electric connection there. Not sure what's there. Again, just a secluded pitch. Oh, maybe we're not the only tour, and that's a permanent base there. Shower block. Yeah, so urinal, sinks, toilet, showers. I've had a shower in here this morning. Not sure why there's an ice cream fridge in storage there, but obviously not being used at the moment. And then literally you get a row of several touring pitches now. Looking at the ways that things have grown up on them, maybe not that used that often. No, these caravans here are I guess what we call in the UK seasonal pitches. Yeah, and I don't think there's any. Oh no, there's another one right at the top there. It doesn't seem, actually, with the way that you've got the grass and stuff growing on the pitches, there is water here, which I missed. It is a quaint French site. They are really, really nice, really pleasant, absolutely ideal for a stopover for the night. Was very, very quiet. I guess, not sure whether that is somebody else on a seasonal. Looks like it might be. Right the way up to the top of the site, where the site obviously gets less and less used. So that is camping Shanty. Certainly not a 5-star site, but certainly more than adequate and more than pleasant to have a stopover at, and visited by several of us as vloggers. So we're just leaving camping Shanty, and I don't know whether you guys can remember from the last time, and I will probably just drop that video in here if I can find it. We had an incident with the barrier, basically where the barrier decided to come down and start bashing its way on the side of the caravan. So we're just coming in to the outskirts of Lyon. This is pretty much where the main A7 cuts through Lyon. Generally what we found in the past is that traffic has really slowed through this section, but today it seems fine. Probably spoken too soon. Yeah, no, this is Lyon, past the river. We did once a few years ago stop and go into Lyon. I wish we'd have probably had more time. It is one of those areas where we do keep saying to ourselves, we must come back, we must try and visit. But yeah, let's see what happens. But yes, this is Lyon. Yeah, so as predicted, the traffic has slowed as we are starting to get further and further into the centre of Lyon. Generally it does this through the middle of Lyon, and then just on the other side there's a tunnel, and then it seems to clear after the tunnel. Now I don't know whether it's because the tunnel goes down to a couple of lanes or whether it is just pure volume of traffic, but it's to be expected. So we've done it again. We found an absolute cracker using the Axie app. We are just outside of Troyes, not too far from camping, not far from Camping de Lac d'Orient, but this is called Camping de la Fromentelle. Cracking again, little French campsite, traditional campsite. I'll give you a quick tour around later on. But there we are, we're set up, Starlink's out, massive pitch again, with the only English on the site. It's beautiful, it's quaint. There is a road there, there is a little bit of noise from the road, but apart from that, it is absolutely lovely. Yeah, really pleased. Oh, the sun's behind me. Really pleased with what we found again. Looking forward to chilling out tonight before we move on to Camping La Biennassisi. Camping La Biennassisi. So it's about 8:45 in the evening. Girls are just going to go off for a shower, but let me give you a quick little kind of look around the site. There's some table tennis area, little play park, I guess badminton, volleyball, net over there, and look what's turned up. There's a great little mobile bar that's come to the site for the evening. Oh, it's not just bar, I think it's selling cheese and wine. Oh, it's a cheese and wine set up. And there's the facilities over there. We are in the Champagne region. You can buy champagne, and I believe the site is actually part of a champagne farm, a champagne vineyard. Let's take a wander up this way. You can just see the sun going down over the back there. Little barbecue area there for people. It is incredibly peaceful and nice. You do have a motorhome service point here. That is the chemical toilet area, so I'll take the top off of that. You've got your pot washing area here. And pot washing around that way. The reception is in the top corner there. Disabled toilets here, I believe. Yeah. Probably, well, that's a disabled shower, sorry. Yeah, your normal showers there. Men's showers. The men's toilets. A little bit of an information. That's the reception in there. Little information area. This is Lac d'Orient, which is the main big lake. I'm not sure whereabouts we are roughly, but we're somewhere around here. There's Troyes. We're somewhere over here. So I think this might be the men's side round here. You've got normal sinks here for washing up. Let's try and take you around the other side. Try not to get too many people in. Let's have a look this way. What have we got down here? Oh, this is the female side of things, so that's all the ladies' side of things, the showers and all that sort of stuff. So we'll have a wander back out, but that's pretty much the site. Really is very nice, very quaint. Ideal for either a stopover on your way up and down, or even have a few days here. But I say the surprise thing was to see the wine and cheese wagon arrive. You guys may thought it was a coffee wagon, but no, it's definitely wine and cheese. And obviously you can buy a few bottles as well as a glass as well. So there you are, that gives you a bit of an overview of the site, and very nice it is. Good morning. Well, we had another pleasant evening here last night at Camping de la Fromentelle. Really is quite a nice, quaint site. Very peaceful. Apart from the road, there is a little bit of road noise, but nothing too bad at all. I had a cracking shower this morning, I must admit. Showers are basic but immaculately clean, and the water is lovely and warm. So yeah, now we're going to get up and we're going to get on the road and we're going to head off to Lyon very, very shortly. It is, what, 8:10. Be nice to think we can get on the road by about 8:30, but knowing the girls, we won't. So yeah, but we're going to head to Lyon, last 250 miles for our final night here in France for the 2025 adventure. So we've decided to do a little pit stop literally, circuit de Reims, or Reims Go. We have to excuse the traffic, which is a historic Grand Prix track. I think stopped racing here sometime in the 1960s, but you can stop here. It is literally only about 5 minutes off the main route. You can stop here and have a look round. So there we are. Not very often do you get the caravan and the car in an old Grand Prix circuit. We did actually stop here back in 2022 where when we came on the way back. So if you were following us, you've probably seen some of this before. It is run by a load of volunteers and they are slowly trying to restore it as best they can. Again, you've got grandstands either side. Some of the area at the back of the Grand Prix stands. Here's another view for you a little bit higher up. There's a car and a caravan. In fact, it's a good way of inspecting how dirty the roof is. Not too bad, I suppose. Some sandy bits left over there from France. We've got a twig stuck underneath the back skylight. We'll have to get that out. Does need a clean. Some of the other buildings over there, and they really are trying to renovate them to the era. I think they have certain car meets and various different things here throughout the year, and I think a large majority of the circuit is drivable, as in you can follow the route. You can't race around there. I think there's something like 10% of it is missing. You can see there's various buildings still in existence, but it's weird to think, to feel the smell of what this must have been like when it was in full use. You know, the likes of Sterling Moss and people like that have kind of raced here in the past, and you can Google it and find various YouTube videos of racing taking place here and the cars coming down this start finish straight. So here's the view from the top of the stand. Caravans down there. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little interlude as we stopped at the Reims circuit.
There's someone there.
So we've just stopped at one of the autoroute airs on the way back. We've got in the caravan bays, but probably left it a little bit tight to come out round here in between these posts and then swing it all the way around there. I don't know, maybe we're alright, we'll see. I'll get it out one way or another anyway. But what I have realised is this air is the very first air when we came to France for the first time with Darcy May back in 2018 that we stopped the night in. We parked, I think, in those bays over there and spent the night here. So a bit of reminiscing, and we'll go in and we'll see if we can get some lunch. I have shown you the many different airs in previous France trips. In fact, I did even do a separate vlog on the different types of airs. But here we go. We're going to wander into this one. To give you an idea of the typical layout of the autoroute airs, you've got a reasonably well stocked shop. They often sell gifts and things like that as well. And then if we walk through here, you get plenty of coffee machines. There's always the automatic coffee machines. And then you do get like your patisserie, where you can get various different bits. And then you get your full-on restaurant. You get burgers and various different things. So we bought a baguette. We're going to head back to the caravan, make up a quick sandwich with what we've got, and then we'll probably get back on the road again. So we've arrived and we are all set up here, ready at Le Bienocisi. That's probably not how you pronounce it, but we're here, we're set up, we're ready. We're only here for the one night. We've got the Eurotunnel for tomorrow morning. We've been here to this site many times. This is kind of our go-to stopover site, particularly when we're going back, but we have done it when we're coming over before. I have recommended it to a few of you, and I think a few of you guys have stopped here as well. We are on a service pitch for the evening. So yeah, the girls have gone off to suss out the washing facilities, and I don't mean the body washing facilities. Claire's gone to find the laundrette because she wants to make a start on the washing before we get home. We do it every year, we do it all the time. Let us know, do you start your washing before you get home? I know we've done some while we've been down in Esterel, but Claire wants to make a good start on getting some of the washing done before we get home. Good morning. Well, it's finally here, our last morning in France. I'm feeling a little sad, feeling a little deflated, heading back to the UK and then hit that UK traffic. We have had a great time despite some mishaps, despite having a week of bad tummies and those sorts of things, but all good things must come to an end, and it's back to work tomorrow, and well, we can start planning for next year's trip. Anyway, I'm going to start getting packed up, not too much to do, put the Starlink away, get the water and the electric disconnected, empty the toilet, and we can start heading for the Eurotunnel. So we'll join you in a bit. It always surprises me where we meet subscribers. So I've just been to empty the loo. So we've been to the Elsam point, and Ed, one of our subscribers, is there. So I had a good old chat with Ed. Ed, really nice to meet you and your family. Safe journey. Hope you get back to the UK okay. And thanks very much for subscribing and watching.
This one doesn't.
Not down those.
It's not open on those.
Busy?
We chose
Said that's the passenger, didn't it?
How long is that? Is that good nice?
What's going on? That's not good.
So we've arrived, we're parked up, we're here at the passenger terminal. We're going to head in. We have got an early crossing, about an hour and 10 minutes earlier. They did offer us one which was about 20 minutes from when we were just boarding, but we said no, I'm in no rush to get back to it again. Let's at least just go in and get a coffee or something. So here we are. So we got a Starbucks, first proper Starbucks in France just as we're leaving. Here's just a view of the Eurotunnel terminal here for you, duty free, toilets, various other bits. So, got my cappuccino, I'm just wandering back to the car. Claire's gone into duty free to look for some perfume, but we shall be heading and boarding, or going through all the customs and all that sort of stuff very shortly, and then hopefully boarding the train not too far from now, or not too long from now. As you can see, the weather's turned. We're just literally we're just literally driving up to the French border control. Got the passports at the ready, and they've just been down and swabbed the vehicles. What I find strange is that they must have just swabbed 40 vehicles all in one go, and obviously they'll then put it in the machine and detect it. Seems a lot to try and, well, basically determine which vehicle it is if it's positive, unless they're just doing it as a gesture, just so that we can see they're doing it. So we're in the final boarding queue. There we are, we're all ready to go. Getting ready to board. Gosh, has the weather changed? It is certainly a bit nippy and cold now. I'm glad I put my trousers on before we left. Just waiting now, and I'm sure we shall be boarding very, very soon. In fact, I can feel a bit of rain in the air. Right, here we go. We're going to have a go at boarding the train again. It was absolutely fine last time, so there shouldn't be any issues this time. Let's see how we get on. There's a Caravan gone on in front of us, I think, although he is only a single axle. Oh, nice and steady. Oh, she's telling me to wait. Let's hope the train doesn't start moving yet, because she's told me to go half on and half off.
What do you mean? Oh.
Here we go. So basically slight oversteer over the end, then turn it back on, get her lined up, and we should. And can't you tell, we're back in the UK. Traffic is slowing already. Although I can't say that driving in France this time has all been plain sailing. As you know from our first day leaving Esterel, we did suffer with quite a bit of traffic. So we've just stopped at Maidstone Services. We stopped here on the way down, stopping here on the way back. Now this really annoys me now. We've had to pull up and park in certain bays. So you see the sign there, caravans only. Yeah, caravans only. We've got these, and particularly the AA vehicles that are parked there in the caravan bays. Yet you've got all of these spaces over here, yet they park in the caravan bays. Really not great. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just tired of driving. I'm really annoyed. So we've now had to take up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bays. There's no need for that. There's absolutely no need for that whatsoever. There's vans, there's all sorts. Big signs there that say caravans only. Oh, we're moving off now. Oh, I don't like it. It really gets my goat. So I really didn't expect anything less, really. Dartford crossing. Here we are. Traffic's congested, slowed down. We are certainly back in England. So we're a little over an hour away, just south of Peterborough at Sawtree Services, an hour away from home that is. Yeah, new services. Actually, quick thing about the servicing, relatively new services. As you can see here, they've got 3 or 4 caravan bays, although the strange thing is, to get into the caravan bays you've got to come all the way down through the car park, round and back in, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we're nearly home, holidays over, adventures over. Have I enjoyed it? Absolutely. We've had a great time. I think we both enjoyed it. Not been the best, but I think that's primarily because we've been ill and we've lost a week and those sorts of things, but we've been there. Good takeaway points: the Autovox camera has worked absolutely exceptionally well, really good. Really enjoyed having that, and looking forward to adding the second camera on there. And the other thing, the Starlink has been absolutely brilliant. So easy and quick to set up, giving us faultless internet. It's a lot better than messing around with SIM cards in the router and all those sorts of stuff. So that's worked really well as well. Anyway, I really hope you guys have enjoyed this series of videos that we've taken while we've been away in France. I hope that you found it useful. I hope you've enjoyed watching along. Please leave as many comments. Your comments are always really gratefully received. So sadly, I'm going to wrap this one up. This is the end of our French Adventures 2025. We'll be home in just over an hour's time. So thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Hit that notification bell, and we shall see you on the next one.